Oh, yeah. Welcome to another episode of the Tech Preacher Podcast. Man, listen, I'm always hype. I stay hype, and I'm hyped today. Listen, man, we're going to talk a little bit about, in the next couple of weeks, we got the new iPhones going to get announced. Everybody enjoying the Galaxy Z Fold 5s and Flip 5s. Look, man, you got to make the best out of the technology that you have. Listen, man, you got to have fun with the tech that you have, man. Listen, if you don't love tech, man, then why are you in it, man? Listen, let's talk about it, man. Let's have some fun. Listen, man, I've been using the Galaxy S23 Ultra, right? Along with the Pixel Fold, right? And I haven't been using the Z Fold 4. I've just been using the Pixel Fold and the Galaxy S23 Ultra along with one of my favorite phones, right? The Unihertz Tank, right? So I've been using these three devices in unison. And one of the things that I really, really love about the Galaxy S23 Ultra is that without a doubt, you know that you're going to get stability. You know that you're going to get a great device. You know that you're going to get, really good battery life, the best in class cameras. If you need desktop mode, you got that. If you need the jot down notes, you got the S Pen. I mean, listen, it's a all around great device. A lot of companies trying to come close to the Galaxy Note, right, or the S23 Ultra, but they fall short in a lot of areas. And listen, the Galaxy S23 Ultra also falls short in some areas. That makes me go back to my V60 sometimes. But when it comes down to performance, battery life, display, durability as far as the design, the S Pen, the Samsung DeX, stability as far as performance and everything else in between, it's a very solid device, and it is probably one of the best devices right now. But that's just a slab phone, right? I've been using the Google Pixel Fold, right? I haven't been talking too much about it, and look, I had this controversy about the Pixel Fold. So what I've been doing was I just been using the device, right? I've just been kind of keeping judgment to myself. But I mean, I can give you some thoughts about it. And so far, I've learned to fix some of the growing pains of the Pixel Fold, right? It's a fantastic device. But if I'm going to do anything on the outdoors, or if I'm going outside and, between the hours or whatever, I won't take it, right? I grab my V60 or the Z Fold 4. But if I'm at work, or I'm at the studio, or I'm doing something around the house, or if I'm going to happy hour, or if I'm doing something that's indoors, if I'm doing something like that, then I'll take the Pixel Fold with me. It is what it is, right? I've settled to that point, right? And I know a lot of people, it's too high price of a device to have compromises. Listen, every device got compromises. I use the Unihertz Tank, and you don't think this device is compromised, right? Heavy. Very heavy, right? But what I like about the Unihertz Tank is the performance. These things got good cameras on it also. So cameras is really good on it. It's heavy. It's a device. Well, I know I could take it outside. It could be blazing hot outside. It will perform like new money. It will do everything that I asked it to do. And you know what's so funny? I can see it in bright sunlight, so I don't have no problem. Plus, battery life is days and days and days. So I feel comfortable using, if I'm outside and I need a rugged device, I need a tank, I bring the tank. So that's kind of been my three devices. And look, the V60 been kind of in and out the rotation. Other devices been in and out the rotation and stuff like that. But I mean, it's all good fun, man. Listen, one of the things that I really do like, right, is that I'm able to put my SIM card, or I already may have a SIM card in the devices, and go from there. It's been fun, right? But as we get closer to iPhone season, as y'all guys know, and I'm going to mention for all the new folks out there, I passed on the iPhone 14 Pro Maxes last year because I felt that Apple didn't do it for me, right? So I passed on it. But I'm getting the 15 Pro Maxes, and so I've been kind of reading up on it and trying to learn some stuff about it, trying to see what's going on, the rumor mill, right? I mean, it's all about the rumor mill, right? And all the leaks and all that stuff like that. So those are the things that I be looking for. So we look like Apple's, is going to add some titanium to the design, right? Make it more durable. Maybe I'm hearing that they're going to slim in the dynamic island. And we're hearing that all the models are going to get the dynamic island. Listen, man, I'm not too fine about the dynamic island. I mean, I don't like the notch. I don't like the dynamic island, but from everything that I've saw, most people say it has some use functionality. I haven't experienced it. I just go by what I see. I'm out to pass that Best Buy, put my hands on it. I just like, listen, it's just not a device that not too intriguing. But since I haven't used an iPhone in so long, I'm gonna pull out my iPhone 13 Pro Max and start using it as a daily in the next couple of weeks to kind of get myself refreshed, go update it, and get everything off and popping and going from there. But listen, man, this is what I want to see Apple do, though, man. I want to see Apple take risk. Because right now, Apple's not taking risks when it comes down to these smartphones. They really not, man. Come on, let's be honest, man. The same design, the same this, the same that. Take away the notch, but add another notch. Going from the stainless steel to titanium build. I mean, after you put a case on it, all that kind of goes out the window. Yeah, I mean, they're going to put the powerful chip in it and all that stuff like that. But we're hearing that it's going to have a periscope zoom on it. So, I mean, let's see what the camera's going to be about. The only thing that I didn't like, and I still don't like to this day, when it comes down to Apple and its camera system, the color science. I just don't like the color science, and so you could fundamentally see the difference in color science when it comes down to using an Apple iPhone versus other devices. Sometimes Apple iPhone comes in a little brownish hue, is just a little different, grayish. And so I want to see Apple change up a little bit when it comes down to the color science. Hopefully they will do it and go from there. But I mean, other than that, I don't have no problems with Apple, cameras. The still footage is really good and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see what Apple's going to bring to the table. I'm not sure that I'm going to use the iPhone 15 Pro Max as a daily driver, but I will have it in my collection as a device that's in my collection. So I just want y'all guys to know that. Listen, also I want to talk about some of the things that I've been doing, right? I actually finally jumped on TikTok, right? And it's been great. Right. So if you want to follow me on TikTok, obviously it's going to be the Tech Preacher. I'm now on TikTok. I've been dropping some clips on there. I've been dropping 2 videos a day on TikTok. So just so y'all know, man, I've been dropping 2 videos a day on TikTok. Hey, it's been fun, man. They've been showing me some love on TikTok, man. I got some vendors that hit me up and want to do some work on TikTok, man. So yes, I'm on TikTok. I understand. I do know that TikTok does have its issues and stuff like that, man. But listen, I'm gonna join the party and see how long this ride go last, right? So if you start seeing me go live on TikTok, man, I'm just trying to grow my channel on TikTok. I'm trying to grow my audience on TikTok, man. And I've been dropping 2 videos a day on TikTok, man. So if you want to follow me on this journey, man, go on and holler at me on TikTok and go from there. But yeah, man, I've been doing that type of stuff. Listen, man. One thing about me, man, I like to broaden my horizon, man. I like to do some different things, man, and stuff like that. Listen, man, be on the lookout for a series of videos that I'm going to be making, man. And it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun, man. So be on the lookout for a series of videos that I'm working on, that I'm making. Y'all guys know that I do my older but goodie videos. Y'all guys know I do these podcasts. Y'all guys know I do these live streams. Y'all guys know I try to drop a lot of videos and stuff like that, right? Promo videos and all that good stuff about different products and services. Listen, listen, man, I'm not taking my foot off the gas pedal, man. And like, I feel good because I started, on another platform, and it's been great so far. I'm still learning a little bit, but it's been great so far, man. People have been showing me some love over on there. So if you want to follow me on there, boom, boom, bam, I'm there. Also, I'm on Threads. If y'all guys want to follow me on Threads, man, I'm dropping some stuff over there. Just kind of holler at people over there. Not too much on Twitter, kind of branching off a little bit off of Twitter a little bit. I still have a profile on Twitter, but I don't usually be on Twitter. So I mainly be on Discord, and I mainly be on Threads. So, I'm still on Twitter, but there's a lot of things going on Twitter that I disagree with, but it is what it is. But other than that, man, listen, man, I've just been enjoying myself, having fun. Listen, the message for today, here's my message to you guys, right? With everything that's going on in the world, right? When you wake up in the morning, man, try to have that positive vibe. Try to work your day in a positive state, right? And because the negativity doesn't do anything for the body, mind, and soul. So as you upset and mad all the time about something that's not going right, finances, your household, whatever is going on in your life, man. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you something. They got people that's doing worse than you. So if you're able-bodied and you can get up in the morning, you got a roof over your head, you got a family that love you, you got kids, you can get up in the morning, eat your good meal, go out to go to work, get in a vehicle, or if you don't get in a vehicle, get in an Uber or a taxi. Trust me, man. Just think about this when you wake up in the morning. Somebody didn't wake up that morning. Think about this, and I think about this, right? Because we do take a lot of things for granted, man. We take things for granted around in life, right? You think about it, you get up in the morning, you're mad. Oh, I got to get up. I got to go to work. And man, let me tell you something, man. Somebody didn't get up this morning. Somebody wished that they had a job. Somebody wished that they had a roof over their head. Somebody wish, man. There's a lot of people that wish a lot of things. People wish that they were able to have all these smartphones and have some fun, to have all this technology and stuff like that. People wish that stuff, man. So don't take things for granted, right? Listen, man. I'ma grind hard. I'ma work hard. I'ma do what I gotta do, baby. Because you know what? At the end of the day, man, I want to pass that positive vibe to my audience, right? If you're listening to me right now, right? Don't worry about what all the negativity, materialistic and stuff like that. Man, listen, man, don't worry about all that stuff. Do the best you can every day. Some people having hard times right now, when it comes down to finances and, people, don't know what's going to happen next month. We as of me recording this podcast, I'm in the southern part of the United States. That means we bracing for storms, hurricanes, and stuff like that. And we have to prepare for it, right? Man, listen, we could talk about gadgets and smartphones and tablets, and you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars on a foldable and all that stuff. But before you spend all that money on that stuff, make sure that you set up. Make sure you got money in the next aid. Make sure you got some cash behind the chance you got to evacuate. Make sure you have some money on the side. Listen, this happens a lot. My mom used to tell me this all the time. She said, when people got money in their hand, it burns. Their hands get burned because they want to spend it so bad. People get money and they want to spend it. They just want to spend it. They just want to just take it and buy everything. Listen, sometimes you got to scale back, baby. Sometimes you got to take that money, put it in the savings. You got to do something with it. Because at the end of the day, when the disaster happens, when you need this money, you want to be ready. You want to be ready, man, to take care of your family. So that's the word of the day. When you wake up in the morning, be in a positive state. Listen, I had to teach myself this, and a lot of people do this every day. You go out on the job and you go through this problems on your job. You got, if you're in customer service, you got people that tick you off all day, that just made you upset and stuff like that, man. You upset, you've been through the ringer, a hard day at work, a hard, difficult day at work, right? A hard, difficult day at work. Here's what I learned. When you get off that clock, you get in your vehicle, you woosah on your way home, right? When they say woosah, that means you just take all that negative energy out of your body, right? And as you driving home, you just think positive, because at the end of the day, you just left your troubles at work. But when you on your way home, you got to change your tone, baby, because you got, your spouse and your kids at home, and you want to bring that positivity to home. Think about this, and I used to do this, right? Go home, I'm pissed off. Oh, God damn it, I had a hard day at work. I don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to be alone. That's not good for the family, man. So when you in your vehicle on your way home, get rid of all that negativity, baby. And when you walk in your door of your home, have a different vibe. Have a positive vibe, because guess what? Your home is supposed to be your salvation. Your home is your castle. Your home is supposed to be the most positive part of your life. Your home. And if your home is not the most positive part of your home, of your life, then make some changes. Start bringing in positive energy. Listen, we all know the bills are due. We all know that we got to do this. We all know the car need to be fixed. We all know we need new furniture. We want a new TV. We want new everything. We know this already. It's frustrating for people, hardworking people, family, men or women, that know that they want so much in life, but it's so tough to achieve, right? It's so tough to achieve, so you work at it. But when you get out of your vehicle, when you pull up in your driveway, all that negativity that you had at work, man, you walk in your door, man, it's like sunshine. Be happy, man. Be happy. Even if you have to take a slow ride home, even if you have to make a pit stop, even if you have to, when I say pit stop, maybe you have to go to the, store. Listen, maybe you have to go to happy hour. Maybe you have to get a few in you. I don't know. But whatever it takes for you to do, once you get off on a hard day's work, it's no way you should go home and bring that disaster to your house. And that's the whole thing. You should never have to do that. Never bring the disaster to your home. Your home's supposed to be your peace and happiness. Peace and happiness is always at home. Listen, it's your fault that you don't have peace and happiness in your home. It's your fault. Listen, because year after year, day after day, you bringing your work home. You bringing your negativity home. So it's your fault that the house is in the uproar. It's your fault that you don't have peace and happiness in your house. It's your fault. So that means that if you know in your mind, in your soul, that it's your fault that you done brought all this disaster, negativity to your home, that means you have to change it. How you change it is not going to happen overnight, but you could do it day by day by day by day. Even if you had to read something, even if you got to listen to this podcast, listen, y'all know that these podcasts has been more, yes, we could talk about tech, but I want to give you guys some positive vibes, right? And listen, man, it's all good. So that's what you need to do, because you got to look yourself in the mirror that, hey, listen, it's my fault that my house in the uproar, right? Why don't I take a day or two off and do something with the family, baby? Let me tell you something. Those little bitty things you do with the family, it goes a long way. Try to stay positive. Listen, man, stay positive and be firm but positive, right? Make sure the kids are straight. One of the biggest things that frustrates me is that a lot of guys are not father figures to their kids. A lot of men is not father figures to their communities, right? When you go cut the grass, man, you see a couple of young fellas out there, man, they looking at you or whatever, they wave or whatever, you go talk to them, man. Now, listen, I understand times have changed. Listen, the youngsters are different now, man, than what it was before. We used to be father figures, or we used to have positive influence over the young generation so they could keep us straight and narrow. Times has changed, but so times have changed, man. Listen, what we witnessing out here with the younger generation is beyond frustrating for me, because when I was in the hood, man, I was able to talk to get younger fellas in the street to try to keep them in the straight and narrow. Times has changed, folks. We've seen that, right? But since we know that times have changed, we still got to try to do positive influences in our lives and what we do. That's all we got to do, man. Listen, man, a lot of people, you might sit up there and say, well, Easy, you talking a lot of crap, man. It's hard out here, bro. It's hard out here. It's hard out here, but it's okay to buy $2,000 phones. It's hard out here when you say, well, I'm going to trade in one phone, drop a few $100s and upgrade to this phone, or add this phone to my line, or buying this tablet or buying that tablet. All that money you spending just so you can feed your tech energy, right? Why don't you feed that positive tech energy into your household? Like, you know what I'm saying? When you get a new phone, and look, when I get a new phone, I'm excited, baby. Like, I'm excited. And look, I remember my wife tell me, man, when you get new tech toys, you just happy, right? And you take that same energy and you roll with it in your home. Man, you get excited when you come home and you excited, man, if dinner cooked or if not cooked or whatever, if there's no food on the table, whatever, man, listen, if your spouse work and you work, sometimes food ain't gonna be on the table. But if whoever get home first, if you get home first, why don't you cook the food one time, right? A lot of people say, well, men don't do that. Men don't cook. That's a woman's job and all that. Man, times have changed, man. Times have changed. Us men have to step up a little more and do things out of the box of the normal man thing, right? A man don't cook. A woman got to cook for a man, and the man got to have something to eat and all that stuff. And guess what? You wonder why you're home in an outrage. You got to sit back, baby, and say, listen, man, I'm home a couple hours before my wife. Let me go on and do something, right? Surprise her. You know what I mean? Look, man, it's something that you can do. All baby say, you know what, man, we'll bring the spouse out and we go enjoy ourselves and maybe go out and eat. Yes, we want to talk about tech toys. Yes, we got a lot of tech toys. Yes, we got iPhone season coming up. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We're going to have some fun with it, right? But at the end of the day, baby, take care of home. That's it. Because all these tech toys, think about this. I talk about the Galaxy S23 Ultra, right? And guess what? In less than a year, less than 7 months, the S24 Ultra coming out. And this is the afterthought. Think about technology, right? How much technology will advance. A lot of people have this thought that when they buy a smartphone or buy a tablet or a computer, they have good intentions. Don't keep it until the wheels fall off. And this is what I've been preaching here on this YouTube channel. Keep devices for years. A lot of people say, oh, well, you got a 2019 phone, it's 2023, it's time to upgrade. Listen, if that 2019 phone still give you good photos, good battery life, good design, good everything, this, that, and other, why should you upgrade? Why? Because it's something better. Of course it's something better. Guess what? You buy the new phone today, and 6 months later, they got something better out. So should I keep buying better phones every month, every 6 months, every 7 months? I'm buying new phones, new tablets, new computers. Every 6, 7 months, can you sustain that type of spending? Can you sustain that? Keep buying this $1,000 phones and trading. Think about this, right? We got this cycle going on. Right. And this thing now, obviously, if you bought it, full price, you say, OK, I spent $1,500 on this Galaxy S23 Ultra, 512 gigs. Right. I'm going to take this $1,500 phone that I invest in, and in less than 7 months, I'm going to give Samsung this phone to get a new phone, and I'm going to have to pay for it. So this $1,500 phone is going to go to Samsung, and I'm going to get the S24 Ultra, but right? Because the value of this phone is not $1,500 anymore. The value of this phone going to drop down to about $800. Sometimes or $600 or whatever, because Samsung don't play the same game with the S lineup versus the Fold. So you might get about $800 for it, right? So you go give up your phone for $800, and if you got to pay about $300 or $500, you give up your $1,500 phone and give Samsung another $400 or $500 just to get the new phone, and you complete that cycle every year. Then the new phone come out, the new iPhones come out, you trade in and you're giving them money, you trade in, you're giving them money, and guess what? These companies love it. You know why? Because they go take these devices, refurb them out, and make money on it. Think about it. They go refurb them, So that's a win-win for Samsung, Apple, and all these other companies that take your trade-ins, right? And listen, they're winning. So when I talk about rocking devices till the wheels fall off, that's what I'm talking about. Listen, if I'm willing to break my cycle of buying the Galaxy Z Fold 5 and the Z Flip 5, I broke my own cycle because I want to practice what I preach, right? I broke my own cycle. I bought every fold device, got them sitting over there. I got every fold device, and I said it this year that if Samsung doesn't do a feature that I want, then I won't buy it. And I didn't buy it, and I didn't cover it. Yes, I talked about rumors, and we have live streams about it. I gave you my thoughts about it after watching some of my favorite content creators out there. And we talk about it, but I didn't buy it. Now, listen, I didn't put it off the table that I'm not buying it. And the reason why is because I might find it 6 months from now cheaper. Maybe they may have a awesome deal on it for under $1,000. Or maybe I might see it for $800 or $700. Maybe I could pick it up on Amazon Renew for $850, and that's when I'll buy it. But for $2,000, I won't buy it for $2,000. I won't trade in nothing for the same phone. I ain't hustling backwards like my man Sean said. He said he ain't hustling backwards. So I don't hustle backwards. I will hustle forward. And I wouldn't trade in my Z Fold 4 for a Z Fold 5 and give Samsung $800, $900 off the top. You think about this. You're giving Samsung almost $1,000 after the trade-in. That's crazy. I wouldn't do that. So, that's why I didn't do it. So I'm practicing what I preach. So at the end of the day, man, listen, I swap a lot of phones. Look, I even got my LG Velvet sitting up here. LG Velvet man, let me tell you something, man. I don't care what nobody say. If you pull out a device, I don't give a shit if it's old, 4 years old, 5 years old. You pull out that device and it give you comfort. It give you a positive vibe. And when you use that phone works great. Don't worry about what other people say, man. Just rock with the device that you like. Rock with the device that works for you. Don't matter if it's Apple, Samsung, Motorola. A lot of people follow name brand hype. It ain't even about the name brand. It's about the functionality, about something that works for you. That's the key to the game now. It ain't got nothing to do with name brand, right? I look at it, think about this. When I talk about the Unihertz, right? Oh my God, it's an unknown brand. I don't give a shit if it's an unknown brand, but if it works for me, who cares, right? People get caught up in the hype of Apple and Samsung, but Apple and Samsung are gonna rock with it. But I rock with the Unihertz, I rock with the AGM, I rock with a Motorola. At the end of the day, it's a device that works for me. And it should be the same with you guys. If a device works for you, who gives a shit what other people say? Don't get caught up in the hype of people telling you that, oh, you can't afford it or you can't do. Listen, man, rock with the device that works for you. That's the key to the game, baby. And that's what I'm talking about. We're going to get out of here. Thank y'all guys very much for another episode of the Tech Preacher Podcast, baby. Oh, we're going to see you next week. Same bat place, same bat time, baby. Listen, don't let nobody influence you on anything, baby. Be your own person. Be independent. Decide on what you want to do. Make your own decisions. Do what you got to do. Don't worry about what other people tell you, baby. Because at the end of the day, they ain't with you 24 hours a day. They ain't got to worry about when you go home and got to, talk to your spouse about all the money you just spent on this stuff. Live your life, baby. Rock your devices till the wheels fall off. I don't care how old your phone is. If it works for you, it works for you, baby. Rock it till the wheels fall off. It don't matter the name brand. It doesn't matter the name brand, people. All right, I'm out. Later. Oh! All right, I'm out of here. Another episode of the Tech Preacher Podcast, y'all. Listen, man, I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all guys for listening to this podcast, and we're going to see you next week, baby. Later. Oh! Come on, pump that shit up there. Ow! Yeah.